Hi, in this video I'll be showing you this. It's the Bosch KGN34XW35G fridge freezer. As you can see, this model is in a brushed steel finish. There is also a white version, the KGN34XW35G, but really the only difference is the colour. So for the purpose of this video I'll concentrate on the brushed steel one. So just to cover the dimensions, the height is 186 centimeters. The width is 60 centimeters, and the depth front to back is 66 centimeters. Now I will show you in a couple of minutes the back on this, but basically it is a flat back, so it can make it a lot easier for pushing a little bit further back if you are struggling for the depth a little bit. So just before I take you inside the fridge and freezer, I just wanted to show you the display on the front. And first of all, what it will do is it will display the temperature to get down to. So at the moment with the fridge we've got 4 degrees and then minus 18 on the freezer. You have also got a lock on here, so if you've got little fingers, I know it's quite high up for little fingers, but what you can do is you can lock it, and you've got a little lock on there so that any buttons you press you're not allowed to. It doesn't do anything. And all you need to do is you just press and hold the button for 3 seconds and then it unlocks. But to change the temperature on either fridge or freezer, all you do is you just press the fridge. I must say I really like this display. And then all you do is you press the minus button or plus button. So if you want the fridge on say 3 degrees, and if you want the freezer on say minus 20, then you just enable that. You have also got an option here, it says alarm off, and what this will do is it gives the option to turn the alarm off when the door is open. So what it will do is, I'm not sure if it'll do it in a moment, but when the door's open for a long time the alarm will sound. But what you can do, so if you're loading up your freezer for example, you don't want the alarm going off, so then you just press that button there and it will turn it off. Anyway, enough of this. Let's have a look inside the fridge. So as we open the door, you'll notice that there's a really nice LED light, and it's little things like that. It doesn't just come on, it comes on gradually and then gets brighter. But that's really good. There's nothing to worry about with that, there's nothing to maintain. So in the door here you've got 3 compartments. All of these are easily removable, and in here you get 3 of these, some cheeky little egg trays, and all of these are removable, so if you want to take them out then you just do that, and that makes it easy to wash. And if you do break one, then they're easily obtainable from Bosch, and then they just slot back in there. Now as we actually go into the fridge itself, first of all you can see you've got easy access shelves, and that basically means they're easy to pull out. So if you've got something that is a little bit more difficult to reach. Now that's what I was on about earlier. That's basically the door alarm, and I will just show you this. So what you can do is if the door's open for too long, then you can just press that button and it just turns it off. So it's one of the little features, but especially if you have got children around that go to get something from the fridge or the freezer, leave the door open, then that can be a very useful feature. Anyway, back to so we've got the shelves, easy access, so they're easy to pull out. So if you've got something at the back that you want to get to, then you can just pull the shelves out. You have got something here called VitaFresh, and what these are, so you've actually got 3 drawers. You've got 2 smaller ones, and then you've got the bigger one at the bottom. And these are designed, so what you can do on these 2 drawers is you can actually go down to 0 degrees, and it's trying to maintain the freshness at a slightly colder temperature. Now at the back here you have got a control, so you can go from cold to extra cold. Not quite sure if you can see that, and that's mainly for the fish and meat drawers, so that's for these 2. And then on here you have got an option, so depending on what you're storing in the bottom compartment, so if it's best for fruit or best for vegetables and fruit, this is a humidity control, and what this will do is this will vary the amount of air that can get into the drawer. As you can see, it's a really nice big drawer. It's easy to get out, so it's actually on rollers around the side rather than just plastic to plastic like most other fridge freezers. And again, all of these can come out, so if you wanted to take them out to clean them, then they do just pull out. I'll just show you this. So this is basically a bottle rack, so you can put your bottles on here, and I think these are actually a better idea than having a whole rack, like a wine bottle rack coming across here, because things like this can go anywhere in the fridge and you're not wasting the space by losing the shelf for the wine rack, unless you get through a lot of wine, that is. So as we come into the freezer, and clearly with this model it is a frost-free one, completely frost-free, and Bosch call it no frost, which is actually pretty much the same thing. And the advantage is you don't have to worry about having to defrost the freezer. The capacity on the freezer is 105 litres, and I don't know if I mentioned, but the fridge is 214 litres, so it is a really big capacity for the size of the fridge freezer. And what you'll notice is you've got something called big box, and these are huge drawers, and each of these, as you can see, they pull out easily. It's little things like you've got handles on the side, and if you do need to replace part of the drawer, they actually split into two, so if you broke the handle at the top, then you can just replace this front part. Slots back in there. The top one is always slightly different. Just turn the alarm off. It works for the freezer as well. So you get the little ice cube tray. And as you can see, this is a slightly different design. That's mainly because I've got the workings at the back here. And then the bottom drawer is slightly shorter because you've got the motor at the back. But same principle, where you've still got the nice clear plastic front, as on all of these drawers. So you get a good idea what's behind it. And that just slides back in quite easily. So just to show you that the hinges, clearly they're made out of metal, and they're normally very good quality on, especially the Bosch items. On this model, the doors are reversible. So you can see here you've got the 3 points here. These just undo, and you basically get the full instructions to show you how to do it. But it is a relatively simple process on this model. And at the top here as well, you've just got this hinge, and that's just reversed onto the other side. I'll just show you the energy label on this model, and as you can see, it is an A++ energy rating, and it does give you an idea. So 267 kilowatt hours per annum. And I did mention about the capacity, about 214 litres in the fridge and 105 litres in the freezer. Now that's something a lot of people don't really look at, the actual capacity, especially on freezers nowadays, because a lot of them, especially if they're no frost like this one, then because the walls are slightly thicker to help with the insulation, then the capacity can be a bit smaller in the freezer. So it's quite rare to see a fridge freezer in this sort of size with a capacity in the freezer of over 100 litres. So this is just a really quick bit to show you the back of the fridge freezer. As you can see, nice and flat. It's metal back, which are normally required nowadays. And just at the bottom here, you have got two bits of plastic, so you've got one either side. And what this will do is this will stop it being pushed too far back to the wall, because it is still recommended to have a slight gap all the way around the fridge freezer for ventilation purposes. And just show you, you've got the mains lead at the bottom here. One good thing about this, I know it is a very minor thing, but this actually plugs in like that. So if you need to get this through a hole, say if you needed to go through a worktop or something, then it's little things like that that can make life a lot easier. If you are thinking of purchasing one of these models, I have provided a link below to show you where to get one at a competitive price. I hope you've enjoyed the quick video on the Bosch KGN34XL35G. Please give us a thumbs up, on a YouTube video, leave any comments below, click subscribe. Thanks for watching.